Hello, everyone. We are going to share our research plan with you. The topic is about attitudes towards varieties of English in China, insights from China Global Television Network. Next page. It includes three parts. Now begin with the introduction. Next page. Next page. We use the cartoons word English as a framework, which divides English into three circles: the inner circle, where native English speakers, and the outer circle, where people consider English as a second language, and the extended circle, where people consider English as a foreign language, for example, China. Within this framework, the emergence of localized forms such as Chinese English reflects the adaptability of English in new social cultural contexts, while at the same time challenging the dominance of traditional English varieties such as British and American English. Next, please.
Next part is a literature review. Firstly, English is a plucentric language influenced by different cultural background and local adaptability. Next, as for English variety in China, previous study demonstrated that Chinese English pronunciation is similar to Standard English. It has some syntactic, grammatical, and lexical differences influenced by Chinese, but it still remains an effective communication tool. Next, as for language attitude, previous studies show that Chinese students tend to favor native English variety over localized forms because they perceive native accent as more prestigious and desirable. Next, as for the relationship between media and language, Peng showed that media exposure can significantly influence language attitude. For example, an increase in exposure to Taiwan messaging will lead to a high accessibility among audience. Next, the research gap. Little is known about how major media platforms like CGTN represent and influence attitude toward English varieties. In order to fill this research gap, this study aimed to investigate how English is used on CGTN across different program types. Second, to explore what the usage of English on CGTN reveals about social attitude toward different English varieties. Accordingly, there are two research questions. The first one is how different varieties of English are represented and used on CGTN programs. And next, what do these usage reveal about attitude toward English varieties in China? And the next part.
Next part is the research methodology. This study employs a qualitative case study approach. Next page. And we select two programs. First is Dialogue, which is a news talk show. It focuses on global hot topics and it invites international scholars, experts, and policymakers to discuss key issues in international relations, economic development, technology, and so on. It presented in a dialogue format. It provides viewers with in-depth analysis. And why we choose it, since it provides a formal context for us to research, and it allows us to analysis of how guests and hosts use different English varieties. Next page. And another program is Culture Express. It's a cultural and entertainment news program. It focuses on reporting global cultural trends, including art, music, film, fashion, and so on. It highlights China's cultural outreach and international exchange while also covering cultural development worldwide. The host delivers the content in a relaxed and engaging manner. The reason we choose it is because it provides a semi-formal context for us to research. Next page. And in terms of the theoretical framework for data analysis, for answer question 1, we use Karu's three-circle model. For answer question 2, the attitudes, we use Norman's critical discourse analysis. Next page. And next is the data analysis step. Step 1, we will do transcription. We mainly focus on two parts. First is the pronunciation each program use, and another one is the vocabulary usage. Step 2 is semantic analysis. In this stage, we will use three circle frameworks to know the preference program has for standard varieties. And step 3 is critical discourse analysis. We will mainly focus on text dimension to analysis. Next page.
After the qualitative method, we can get the following outcomes. First, a detailed analysis of how English varieties are used and presented on CGTN programs. And second, insights into societal attitudes toward English varieties in China as reflected in media representation. Third, implications for the acceptance and promotion of localized English varieties in international communication. And the last, implications for global English. Next page. Here come the ethical considerations. First, the study will only analyze the content of publicly available CGTN programs to avoid privacy concerns. Second, information about individuals appearing in the program, for example, presenters or guests, is anonymized to protect their privacy and to avoid an undue focus on specific people. And last, the study process, including transcription and analysis methods, will be clearly documented to ensure transparency and reproducibility of the study. And the last part, next page, come to the limitations. The first one, the sample size is limited and it may not fully reflect the diversity of English language used in other CGTN programs. So our future studies should expand the sample to include more programs. And second, the study only analyzes the content of CGTN's programs during a specific period of time and may not be able to cover the trends or dynamics of English language use over time. And next page, here are our references of this research plan, and that's all for our presentation. Thank you for your listening.